आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर में आया। आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर में आया। जो मैं को साफ किया, जो मैं को साफ किया, साफ नजर तू आया। रब को मेहरबान पाया, आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर तू आया। ये मैं मेरा ही मुझको तुझसे दूर किए था। ये मैं मेरा ही मुझको तुझसे दूर किए था। जाने गुरूर था क्यों मुझको जो मगरूर किए था। जाने गुरूर था क्यों मुझको जो मगरूर किए था। निगाह पर्दा हटा, रब को निगहबान पाया। निगाह पर्दा हटा, रब को निगहबान पाया। आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर में आया। ये तेरी यादें तो रूबरू मिलाती है। ये तेरी यादें तो रूबरू मिलाती है। देखूं तुझे तो बड़ा रूह सुकून पाती है। देखूं तुझे तो बड़ा रूह सुकून पाती है। कभी न मैं तन्हा रब को रहनुमा पाया। कभी न मैं तन्हा रब को रहनुमा पाया। आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर तू आया। आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर में आया। जो मैं को साफ किया, साफ नजर तू आया। रब को मेहरबान पाया। आईना साफ किया, साफ नजर तू आया। रब को मेहरबान पाया। रब को निगहबान पाया। रब को रहनुमा पाया।
ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम ओम। ओम की इस मधुर ध्वनि से किया परिवर्तन, प्रेम शांति सिखा के बदला सभी का जीवन। आदि देव प्रजापिता श्री बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम ओम। सोहनी सूरत मोहनी मूरत, ज्ञान के मोती, भव्य मुख पर चंद्रमासी, चमकती ज्योति, दिव्य दर्शन दिव्य वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम ओम। विश्व में थी पाप की जब घटा छाई, तब विभूति आप जैसी धरती पे आई। एक तार में बंध के सारे बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्मा मुख से मधुर वाणी, बोलते ध्वनियों, ब्रह्म से शिव बाबा पधारे। ओम
Om Shanti, good morning.
Good morning.
Is the sound okay there?
Yes, it's very good. This is Cape Town Center.
Yes, it is.
Wow, that's so nice. Om Shanti.
So welcome everyone to Cape Town today. So Om Shanti.
Morning, Deepti.
So this morning, I want to just share the thoughts that came to my mind when I was reading this morning's Murli. And it really was, often when we give the introduction of the Brahma Kumaris, we say the Brahma Kumaris slogan is, when I change, the world changes. And really, I think this was the Murli from where we got that slogan, because Baba, in a very beautiful way, is saying that how what we are now reflects our future, and how we live our Brahman life now, the attainments we take from Baba, the subtle efforts of staying in remembrance and keeping the mind focused and concentrated, all of that then begins to reflect the attainments of the future. It's like the attainments now reflect the future status and the future fortune. So it's a very lovely aspect. And during this week, there was a blessing where Baba said that be Master Trikaldashi and be seated on your seat of self-respect on the basis of being Master Trikaldashi. And then, you don't feel hampered by obstacles, but, you're able to overcome everything, because there's the deep intoxication that comes when we are being Trikaldashi. And so somehow I felt it linked in with this Murli, that when we know what I'm doing now creates my future in a way. And that future, in a sense, is not just a future for 21 births, but I think it creates my cycle. Baba often says that now in the confluence age is when we're creating our whole cycle. So in this moment, that remembrance of Baba, that experience of closeness to God will echo throughout time. It's like we create a stem for eternity now. So it's a really beautiful awareness that when I hold, that being Trikaldashi is where I want to be, is let me create it now, not just in my consciousness, but in my thinking and in my words. And one aspect that Baba shares, and it touched me in a way that, it's not just about making my thoughts clean and elevated, but can I make every thought a blessing? It's just like when I develop that relationship and hold that awareness that I, the soul, I am the child of the bestower of fortune. And so the one whose child I am, I reflect that, So in every breath, in every thought, in every action, let it be a blessing. Let it be a blessing for another. So it goes one step further than just a good wish, but really from the heart, in a way, to hold that attitude and awareness that every soul grows, that every soul connects with the highest in themselves, that every soul experiences closeness to God. And I think that's what enables the soul then to become a king, because you become a king in your giving, and that gives you the right then to become a king in the future. So really to look at this Murli and to see the depth and the quality of our efforts now. And more than that, is like when I hold the right awareness, how it changes my attitudes. Because a lot of what we do and how we interact and how we experience is filtered through our attitudes. And if we hold a high awareness, then we begin to see that it creates an elevated attitude. And Baba always says, that people will feel us before they hear us. You can get the vibe first before you hear the person say anything. And even if they're saying very sweet things, but the vibe doesn't feel right, you sort of don't trust it so deeply. So what creates the feeling is our attitude. That's what creates that connection on that deeper level. So, in so many ways, Baba's taking us, that really now is the foundation we create. And I like looking at it as not just the future, but for all time. It's a foundation we create for all time. So very special, Murli, quite unique in the way Baba is painting this picture for us. And the original date is the 15th of March, 1988. And the Murli is entitled "The Basis of the Picture of the New World is the Present Elevated Brahman Life." The basis of the picture of the new world is the present elevated Brahman life. Today, Bab Dada, the creator of the world, the one who creates the elevated fortune of the world, is seeing his children who are embodiments of the picture of elevated fortune. All of you Brahmin souls are pictures of the elevated fortune of the world. Whenever we're going to have an event or a special program or whatever, you have a promo, right? And the promo gives you a taste of what is to be there. So we are all a promos of the golden age. The elevated fortune of the future is clearly visible in the picture of your Brahman life. Each elevated action of Brahman life gives the experience of the elevated fruit of the future. So the elevated action of now gives a reflection of the fruit, the reward of the future. The elevated thoughts of Brahman life make the elevated sanskaras very clear. So the present Brahman life is the picture of the fortunate world of the future. Seeing such children who are the picture of the future, Bab Dada is pleased. You are the picture. And you are also images of support for the future fortune. You become elevated. And it is only then that the world also becomes elevated. It reminds me of a book message. When Mohini Ben was here, I think it was her last visit, and we had a national retreat at the Buddhist Retreat Center. I think it was there. And I clearly remember that Bog message because Baba said in that Bog message that we were all with her in a garden in the subtle regions. And Baba said, when we take one step forward, the whole world takes a step forward with us. And when we stop, it's like everyone else stops, like, you know. I think there's that game, Lemmings. Is it called Lemmings? Yeah, so they all follow each other. So when we stop, everyone else like crashes behind us. Then we fall off the cliff, they all fall with us off the cliff. So we have to be very aware of what we do. So you become elevated, and it is only then that the world also becomes elevated. When you have the flying stage, the world also has the flying stage. From time to time, as you Brahman souls pass through the stages, in the same way, the stages of the world also change accordingly. When your stage is Sato Pradhan, the world is also Sato Pradhan. It is the golden age. When you change, the world also changes. You are the images of support to this extent. At the present time, you are playing such elevated parts with the Father. In the whole cycle, it is only now that you play special, most elevated parts. You become cooperative with the Father and are fulfilling all the desires of all souls for innumerable births. You have become instruments to give every soul the right to claim liberation and liberation in life from the Father. You know, we have the international, it's like a memo of understanding. It's like, and it's like Brahma Kumaris in each country is a separate organization, but we all linked to Brahma Kumaris India in a way. And what creates that link is a set of principles that we adhere to. And the one thing that I really found so fascinating is that what drives our work is that we believe that it's the right of every soul to know what Srimad is. Whether they choose to follow it or not is a different matter, but it's the right of every soul to know what Srimad is, because it's through that they can create their fortune. So I found that so fascinating in a way that, you know, that's the deepest support we give a soul to help them create their fortune and create a relationship with God. So at the present time, you are playing such elevated parts with the Father. In the whole cycle, it is only now that you play special, most elevated parts. You become cooperative with the Father and are fulfilling all the desires of all souls for innumerable births. You have become instruments to give every soul the right to claim liberation and liberation in life from the Father. You are Kamdeno, the one who fulfills all desires, the same as the Father. You are the ones who fulfill all desires. In this way, you give each soul the experience of the stage of being totally ignorant of desire. So that for half the cycle, neither do the souls who do bhakti, nor do the souls who attain the stage of liberation in life have any desires throughout each birth. You do not fulfill the desires of just one birth, but you give the experience of the stage of being ignorant of desires for innumerable births. You do not fulfill the desires of just one birth, but you give the experience of the stage of being ignorant of desires for innumerable births. Can we say we're free from desire for at least this one birth? Can we? Almost. Okay. 90%, 95% free of desire. Just as all of the Father's treasure stores and treasures are always overflowing, there is no mention or sign of anything unattained. In the same way, you are always overflowing with all treasures, the same as the Father. A Brahmin soul means one who is an embodiment of all attainments. A soul who is full of everything. Just as the Father is always the lighthouse and might house, in the same way, Brahmin souls are equal to the Father. You are lighthouses. This is why you are the instruments to enable all souls to reach their destination. It's so important in a way. Our dharana shows souls the attainment from Baba. You know, and that's why it's like the way we, our energy, the way we carry ourselves, the way we respond to things, that is what's going to give souls that awareness that there is truth here. This is why you are the instruments to enable all souls to reach their destination. Just as the Father is always the bestower and the bestower of blessings in each thought, in every word, and in every action. In the same way, you Brahmin souls are also bestowers and master bestowers of blessings. Is the picture of your Brahmin life like this? Whenever you paint a picture of something, you show all its specialities in it, don't you? In the same way, have you filled yourselves with the specialities of the picture of the present Brahman life. You are the greatest artists of all, in that each of you is painting your own picture. As your picture is being painted, the picture of the world is being painted at the same time. Do you have this experience? Some people ask, what will they be in the new world? You are the picture of the new world. The future is becoming clearer through your lives. Look at your present picture and check. Is your picture painted in such a way that whoever sees it becomes satisfied for all time? It should be such a picture that seeing your picture, even those who have a slight wave of peacelessness would forget peacelessness and experience waves of peace. A soul who is the embodiment of lack of attainment would automatically experience attainment. Someone who comes as a beggar would go away full. Seeing your smiling face, they would forget the tears in their minds and eyes and would learn to smile. You also tell the Father that He taught you how to smile. Do you not? So your duty is to stop them crying and to teach them to smile. Brahman life is such a picture. Always have the awareness. It's a very powerful awareness Baba is giving us. Always have the awareness. We are such images of support, the foundation. Always have the awareness. We are such images of support, the foundation. Look at the picture of the tree. Where are the Brahmins sitting? Where are they sitting? At the roots. They are sitting at the foundation, are they not? The Brahman foundation is very strong. And this is why you remain immovable and unshakable for half the cycle. You are not ordinary souls. You are the images of support, the foundation. And I think that's key. When we think of ourselves in an ordinary way, then, there isn't power behind it. It's like we say, it's okay, or it happens, or whatever the case may be. But when we hold an elevated awareness of ourselves and how Baba sees us, it's like that awareness opens up the capacity, because the capacity is in the soul, but the right awareness activates that capacity, Your perfect stage of the present time is the basis of your stage of 16 celestial degrees in the golden age. The one instruction of the present is the basis of support for the one kingdom there. The fullness of all the treasures of knowledge, virtues, and powers of the present is the basis of the fullness there. So it's like the subtle attainments now becomes it's reflected physically even in the future. The detachment from the attraction of the body at the present time, how will that reflect in the future? When I'm detached from my body now, what's the attainment of that for the future? When I'm detached now, what's the attainment of that for the future? Baba's saying, the attraction of the body at the present, when you are detached from the attraction of the body at the present time, is the basis of attaining a healthy body there. The stage of being bodiless now is the basis of being free from illness and having a long life. The life of being a carefree emperor here becomes the basis of attaining the stage where each moment of life is a pleasure. It is a pleasure of the mind. The constant, unshakable spiritual endeavor of belonging to the one Father and no one else becomes the basis for the attainment of facilities that are constant, limitless, unending, and obstacle-free. So being focused and steady and really being with Baba now means everything will cooperate with me in the future. Yeah. The small family of the present time, that is of Bab Dada, the mother and father and the brothers and sisters, this small family becomes the basis of a small family there. The sanskar of the relationship with the one mother and father here makes you experience the world emperor and world empress of the one future kingdom as the mother and father. Here there is the relationship of a family full of love. There, no matter whether one is a king or a subject, even a subject considers himself to be part of the family. Within the family, there is the closeness of love. Although each one has a different status, the status is of love, not of hesitation or fear. So, you know, it's like at the end of the cycle, when we hear the word hierarchy, we all react to it, right? Mm-hmm. But the word comes originally from, I think it was Jayanti Ben who gave a very nice definition, a divine order. And really in Satyug, there's going to be Lakshmi Narayan, the kings, the queens, whatever. But there's such a deep level of respect and love that it's like a divine order, but there is no control or power being used over. It's like the attitude of the king is, these are all my people and I serve them, you know. I care for everyone. That's the feeling. So it's really interesting, this whole thing that the sanskara of knowing that different roles we play is not about different levels of power we hold, but it's really about how we serve with a big heart from the different roles we play. That's what it is about, because different specialities get used in different ways, but the underlying attitude must be of serving, of taking care of, you know. It's so different from the way souls think at the end of the cycle. So Baba's saying, within the family, there is the closeness of love. Although each one has a different status, the status is of love, not of hesitation or fear. So you are the picture of the future, are you not? Check all these things in your picture. To what extent is the elevated picture ready? Or are you still drawing lines? You're still doing the draft, you know? You're still growing the hair. Colin's still growing the hair, okay. Yeah. You are clever artists, are you not? Yeah. So Bab Dada continues to see to what extent each of you has completed your picture. You cannot complain about anyone else, that he hasn't painted this well and that this is why it is like this. You have to paint your own picture. We must underline that point. No? Mm-hmm. Can't say, Baba, this one's made a mess here. His painting is a mess, no? You paint your own picture. You are also receiving the materials from Bab Dada. There is nothing lacking in those, is there? Year 2, you teach the game of buying materials and using them for building. Everything depends on the one who is building it. He can take as much as he wants. It depends on the one taking it being able to take it. So Baba offers the unlimited, but how much am I able to take? And what allows me to build my capacity to take more? It depends on the one taking it being able to take it. It is an open market. Bab Dada is not counting whether you have to take 2 or 4. So each one of you has painted a most beautiful picture, have you not? Always think that you are the picture of the future fortune. Take every step in this awareness. Because you are loving, you are also cooperative. And because you are cooperative, every soul receives the Father's cooperation. It isn't that some souls receive more cooperation and others receive less cooperation. No. For the return of one, Bab Dada gives a multi-million-fold return of cooperation to each soul. All the souls who are cooperative always receive the Father's cooperation, and they will continue to receive it while He is here. Since you have the Father's cooperation, every task is already accomplished. You experience this and continue to experience it as you move along. Nothing is difficult because the basis is your attainment is the fortune received from the bestower of fortune. Where there are fortune and blessings, nothing is difficult. Those who have painted a very good picture will definitely claim the first number. So all of you are the ones who are going to be part of the first division, are you not? There will only be one first number, but there will be many in the first division, will there not? So what do you want to come in? Have you booked your seat? So what do you want to come in? The first division is for everyone. It is good to do something and claim that. Babdada is giving everyone a chance, whether they are Bharatvasis or double foreigners, because as yet the result has not been out. Sometimes good ones come out before the result is out. And so you can take their place, can you not? This is why you still have a chance for whatever you want to take. There will then be a board put up saying, there is no place, all seats are full. So fly very high. Don't run, fly. Those who run will be left down below, whereas the ones who fly will go high. So keep flying and inspire others to fly. Acha. See, when you run, gravity is pulling you down. But when you fly, the current, the wind current is lifting you up and pushing you forward. So less effort. So to all the great souls in all four directions, who are the elevated picture of elevated fortune. To the souls who constantly experience themselves to be images of support for the world. To the elevated souls who constantly, through their own experience of being embodiments of attainment, give others the experience of being embodiments of attainment. To the worthy of worship Brahmins who are to become deity souls and who have a right to claim multi-millionfold love and cooperation from the Father. Babdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And then Baba meeting personal groups. Do you have the experience of the Father's hand being constantly over your head? So what is Baba's hand on our head?
Protection.
His protection, yeah. Blessing. What else? Allowing Baba's light in. Practically, what is it? Srimad, support. Elevated directions are the elevated hand. Baba's hand of blessings on my head means Baba's directions. That's the hand. So when you have the Father's hand at every step, that is, When you have elevated directions, then because of those elevated directions, elevated tasks automatically take place. It was a few Sundays back where Baba said, from the time you wake up right till the time you go and sleep, Baba has given us a guide, how he wakes us up for Amrit Vela, the consciousness, we need to sit with that, then the study. So when we just align ourselves with Baba's directions, then there's blessings at every step. There's protection at every step. Yeah. And attainment at every step. So by having the constant awareness of the hand, become powerful and continue to move forward. The Father's hand constantly and easily gives you the experience of moving forward. Therefore, keep the awareness of this elevated fortune with you in every task and continue to move forward. You constantly have the hand and you have constant victory. And then a question, what is the easy way to be a constantly easy yogi? What makes yoga easy? What makes yoga easy for you? Love, Baba's company, concentration. That makes it easy for you. Focusing. Baba saying, the Father is my world. Have this awareness and you will become an easy yogi. Because throughout the day, your intellect is pulled to the world. When the Father is your world, where would your intellect go? Exactly. It's really understanding that if I make Baba my center, then it's like I move with Baba's energy then, So if I put Baba first, then I would feel Baba putting me first. But if I put Baba second or third, then that's the return I feel as well. And that applies in everything, in terms of our mind, in terms of our energy, in terms of our skills, in terms of our wealth, in terms of everything, our sense of security. If we make Baba first, then we feel Baba taking care of us first. It's like a subtle response I get. So when the Father is your world, where would your intellect go? It will go to the world. It would not go into the jungle. So since the Father is your world, you will become an easy yogi. Otherwise, you have to make effort to remove your intellect from here and connect it there. Always stay merged in the Father's love, and He cannot then be forgotten. Acha. And then Avyak Babdada meeting double foreign brothers and sisters. Double foreigners have very good enthusiasm of doing service. And this is why you are progressing well. The foreign lands have progressed well in service in 14 years. You are moving forward while doing double work, Lokik and Alokik. You use your time for the double work and also use your intellect and physical energy. This is also a wonder of the intellect. To move forward in doing service while doing your Lokik work is an act of courage. Babdada always helps such courageous children in every task. The more courage you have, you accordingly receive multi-million-fold help from the Father. However, you are progressing well while playing both your parts. Bab Dada is pleased to see this in the children. You are free from Maya, are you not? When you are yoked, you are automatically free from Maya. It's like as long as Baba is in the equation, I'm okay. As soon as Baba's out of the equation, Maya steps in. She's like just waiting there, you know, for a chance to slip in. So if you are not yoked, you are not free from Maya. Maya too loves Brahman souls. Everybody loves us, yes. I think it was in the Jungle Book, ne? Where the python, what is it? Come to me or something like that. Maya's like that. Those who are strong enjoy themselves with others who are strong. Maya is powerful. You too are powerful. And so Maya enjoys playing with those who are powerful. You now know Maya very well and how she sometimes comes in new forms. Knowledgeful means to know the Father, the creation, and also Maya. If you know the Creator and the creation, but you don't know Maya, you cannot be knowledgeful. At any time, in any situation, even if your body is weak or there is a greater burden in your task, never get tired in your mind. That's the key thing. It's like, yeah, sometimes the body is not well. Sometimes there's a huge challenge out there, but it's like not to let the mind get tired means don't let your enthusiasm dwindle. Keep your enthusiasm alive to keep your spiritual effort going. That's the key. So never get tired in your mind. Tiredness of the body can be finished with happiness of the mind. However, tiredness of the mind will even increase tiredness of the body. Never let your mind get tired. I remember it was the early days when after the Murli, Baba would meet us as groups. You know, it was a February meeting, and so Baba met us as a group of sisters living in a center. And he was saying, so you get tired, don't you? Because you have to work, and then you also have to do service in the evening and whatever. And he was like so compassionate. He was chatting to us and like he understood. And he said, just go into the bathroom, lock the door and dance. And he said, when you'll dance, you'll feel refreshed and then you come out and you can do what you need to do. I remember that, you know. So that's why Baba's saying, don't let the mind get tired. So never let your mind get tired. When you get tired, then come to the Father's world in a second. If you are used to your mind getting tired, then you won't be able to experience the zeal and enthusiasm of Brahman life that you should. You are moving along, but you won't experience the one who is moving everyone, making you move. It will be as though you are moving along with a lot of hard work. And when you experience something to be hard work, there will be tiredness. So always think, Karavan Har is making me act. The one who is making everyone move is making me move. Continue to do service according to both your time and energy. Service can never wait. If not today, then tomorrow it will happen. If you are serving as much as you can with your heart and with love in your heart, Bap Dada would never complain that you did this much, but you didn't do that much. You will receive a well done. When you serve according to the time and your energy with the true heart, then the Lord is pleased with an honest heart. And whatever task of yours still remains, Bap Dada will somehow enable that to be done. Whatever service has to be done at a particular time, it will definitely be done. It will not be left out. Bap Dada will touch one soul or other and make that soul cooperative with his children. Yogi children receive all types of cooperation at the appropriate time. But who will receive cooperation? The truly serviceable ones with true hearts. So according to my capacity, in a way, as long as the heart is honest and with love, I do what I need to do, then, cooperation will always come when the heart is true. It's like I'm able to attract the right energy if the energy with which I'm doing is right. So are all of your children serviceable? The Lord is pleased with us. You experience this, do you not? Acha. And then the blessing. May you remain merged in love for the one Father, constantly experiencing the stage of ascent and become an embodiment of success. May you remain merged in love for the one Father, constantly experiencing the stage of ascent and become an embodiment of success. The main basis of success in service and your stage of ascent is to have unbroken love for the Father. Do not let yourself see anything except the one Father. Baba in your thoughts, Baba in your words, and Baba's company in your actions too. When a soul merged in love says even one word, then the words of love tie other souls in the bond of love too. The one word Baba from such souls merged in love works like magic. They become spiritual magicians. And then the slogan, a yogi soul is one who is introverted and stable in the form of light and might. So yogi soul is one who is introverted and stable in the form of light and might. The word introvert, the Hindi word is antarmukhi. And antarmukhi is like the inner face. So it's like I'm turned inwards. I'm looking at my inner face. It's like inwardly facing to see what the inner world is. So I think sometimes the word introspective is better translation than introvert, because introvert means like a quiet personality, but this is more an introspective focus of the self. Okay, Om Shanti. So let's take a few minutes of silence just to absorb what Baba has shared. Then we can share some points. Shanti. Okay. So what do we take from Baba's Murli today? Inspired you?
Papa has, we always speak about the confluence stage as being a very auspicious time. This is when we must make effort. But today, he gave us a completely different scenario of, first of all, our present action now, our elevated action now, and what we're going to reap in the future. But also how the world reacts according to our actions at the present moment.
Yeah.
One positive thought, one positive gesture, and the whole world will follow. And on the other hand, if it's a negative action or a negative thought, then the whole world also follows.
Yeah.
So that's, I think it's a very beautiful awakening in us for now.
So just for the sake of others who can't hear properly on the Zoom, Shobha Ben just sharing that how we have been aware of how elevated the confluence age is, but Baba really created a very unique sort of awareness today, an awakening in us, that how one positive thought, one positive action, and the impact it has on the world. but also how it's creating our future. You know, it's like, it almost like created this feeling that we can see the future that's being created now, you know, like the analogy Baba used, like you painting that picture. So what are the colors you're putting in there? What are the shapes you're putting in there? So it's such a deep feeling of like, it's in our hands, you know, and the responsibility we have by keeping that awareness. Yeah. Anyone else?
Om Shanti.
Was very similar to what I was saying. But for me, it was, Baba has painted a very clear picture of what a Brahmin should be. A very, very clear picture. Your intentions, your thoughts, and I know she's looking at the confidence age. I'm just looking at myself as a Brahmin, you know, and I see myself in the picture that Baba is painting, that this is exactly what the picture should be like and what I should be like. It's such a, I've never heard anything in all the years that I've been here, such a clear description, your intentions, you know, everything is in today's movie.
Yeah. Fatima just highlighting that how today's Murli really created a very clear picture of what my Brahmin life should be now, you know? Yeah. From every aspect, my intentions, my actions, my words, every aspect of it. Yeah. And that how that creates the future then. But the emphasis on what I am, what am I being now? What's the picture of me right now? Yeah.
Om Shanti.
It felt as if he was praising us, okay? He was, but the praising was to encourage us not to be afraid, to step into it.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful that the way Baba described it was the Baba was like praising us, but the praising was almost like an encouragement to step into it. Yeah, like this is God's vision, and this is what God is offering. Have the courage to take to step into that.
Because I always say those things, me, I'm there.
Yeah. It's the daddies, it's not me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyone else? Colin?
If you become the light, taking Baba's light and just sharing it, that we're giving.
Yeah, yeah.
So giving is not taking it along, but that's the picture.
Yeah, yeah. So like Baba, to become the lighthouse and just give that light. And it was beautiful because Baba said, like, you will show souls their destination. You know, it just by being that light and radiating that light, you give souls that hope and that sense of direction of where their destination is. Yeah.
Om Shanti. I was also thinking about a very powerful, lovely Murli. Baba is wanting us to be someone speaking.
One creates that stage when I make Baba my whole. Nothing else than can pull and influence. And how he said when you're gift, when there is Maya, will be automatically from Maya.
Yeah.
So sometimes we like battle with Maya, but it's about creating that state of fullness within. And there won't be any influence to take away.
Yeah, yeah. So just that awareness, Nita sharing that Baba created today's Murli, that really if I make Baba my world and there's that experience of attainment, then nothing will push me and pull me. But I liked how Baba said that when I have that experience of attainment, I'm free from desire. And I give others the experience of becoming free from desire, ignorant of desire, not just, you know, it's quite a stage when you think about it, to be completely free from desire. I'm wanting nothing, because, and it's not coming from a place of, people can reach that stage, they say, I don't want anything, but it's from a place of like giving up. But this is like, I'm wanting nothing because I'm full, I'm fulfilled, completely fulfilled. Yeah. It's a very, and not only me, but those around me will also experience that, that there isn't a need or a want. It's kind of deep fulfillment.
When Baba encourages us and he shows that he has faith.
Yeah. Baba has faith in us. There's a lot of encouragement in that way.
Pratiba Ben, can you hear us?
To be knowledgeable means that you know the creator, the creation, and Maya. That means you know the whole cycle.
Yeah. So to be knowledgeful means to have that awareness, God, the creator, the creation, and Maya. So it's like having the whole cycle in my awareness. Yeah, to understand Maya and her games, because she likes playing with those who are powerful. So Maya's got good taste, Shoma says. She only loves Baba's children because she knows they're the best, you see. Yeah. So anyway, that awareness of understanding Maya, but not being afraid of Maya. And I like this thing that Baba shared as well. Don't get tired in the mind. Understand, okay, the body is not functioning as it should. Okay, there's different challenges that come up, but don't let that tire the mind. Keep the mind. If the mind is happy, then what will happen is that it will give energy to the body. You will find solutions to things. So anyway, okay, so there's some souls giving their points. I could not hear. There were people giving points. I could not hear.
Is your speaker working?
Yeah, it's working now. Thank you. Sorry, it wasn't for a moment.
Taliban wanted to share something. No, she couldn't say.
Go ahead, Shelvin.
So, sorry. Okay. Om Shanti. Yes, a very powerful Murli about our future, which is the reflection of this present time. And Baba is, yes, reminding us that how we fill ourselves with knowledge, with virtues, with powers at this present time is the fullness that we would experience there in the golden age. And how much we apply this knowledge and virtues and powers at this time is the result of my life at this time. And the easy service that Baba reminded us of, that, when people must see the fortune now, what God has given us, it must radiate. We must shine with that fortune, our behavior, our eyes, our features, everything has to be filled with that fortune. And when people see that, people like Daddy used to say, they mustn't see our efforts that we're making. You get up early in the morning and all sorts, but they must see our fortune radiating, and that's what will inspire them and bring them to Baba. And a very beautiful, easy way to be an easy yogi, to make Baba my world. And that's an easy way to live this beautiful Brahman life and shine so powerfully as well. But what really touched me as well, the responsibility that we have to the world, that every thought, every word and every action is a gift. It's impacting the world, our stage as well. And at this time, we have such elevated parts to play with Baba. I mean, what a fortune that is to play an elevated part with God at this time. So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley Ben. And I see there's two points in the chat. Sister Audrey, remain merged in love with the Father, experiencing the stage of ascent, the golden age, the new era, and become an embodiment of success in your thoughts, words, and actions. Be introvert and you will experience light and might and will be elevated. Have a beautiful day. And then there's Brother Sean. Baba, the seed and his creation is watered by the elevated disposition of the Brahmin souls of the confluence age. Our unique foundation is created for all time. We are Brahmins. We Brahmins are flying. Okay, great. Okay, great. So wonderful, very intoxicating Murli, but also very thought-provoking in terms of what our quality of effort should be now. And as Baba said,
Shanti.
Om Shanti, go ahead.
Sorry, I like the point where we are told to make Baba our world, and we must move with Baba's energy, because if we get immersed in Baba's energy, then our intellects can become stable. And Deepak Chopra and Oprah also refer to us as energy beings, and we are pure intelligence. So the only way that we can activate our pure intelligence is to make our Father our center and our world. So I find that to be a very powerful message where we are safe and we are protected when Baba is our world. And our intellect can go anywhere in the world, but with stability and with a lot of power. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you. Yes, definitely. Very subtle checking that we need to have, making sure that really Baba is at the center, because when I make Baba the center of my world, and I feel Baba's response, and that's where the quality of power that I get, and that then begins to reflect in the bigger world.
Remember in the olden days, when Baba was talking about the body being tired,
Yeah.
and you had to go on duty at Woolworths, and you had to sit and read the movie and can't know to hold your phone in case the phone rang.
Patima's remembering some of the old days in Mowbray when I had to be on standby. Yeah. But anyway, it's amazing. I just the one experience when Baba's saying that when we do things, whatever we need to with love and my honest heart, it's amazing the cooperation that comes. No matter how big the task is, the cooperation that comes wholeheartedly from everyone. One recent experience I had was last year when I had the idea of the 21 master classes. And then everyone who I approached said yes. I mean, first I got permission from Jainti Ben. But then it was amazing when the brothers from Madhuban, the awakening team, Prashant and Prabhu Bhai, when they got wind of the project and their enthusiasm for it. And, it was like they put in hours and hours of hard work, because once the footage was done, the editing and, really making it a very good quality output that it was hours and hours of work. I mean, one recording, they actually got special software so that the recording could be clearer, visually. So they put in so much of effort and energy, and I really felt that, that's it. When it's something that Baba wants must happen. And anyone can end up being the instrument to bring it to the surface. But if it's Baba's, then there's cooperation coming from all corners. And wholehearted cooperation. Not you don't have to push for it, but it happens wholeheartedly. So yeah, that was a very lovely experience of seeing Baba's magic and the magic in the family, because we all hold this one intention to serve. Yeah. Great, wonderful. So everyone have a lovely day, and we'll end up with some meditation. Colin, can you put this there again?
Here I stand before you, naked like a child. One more time I come before you, just to be by your side. 'Cause you are my haven from the storms, and you are my fire. You keep me warm. Words cannot express the thanks I have inside my heart. Poets couldn't write it, painters couldn't paint this kind of art. 'Cause you are my haven from the storms, and you are my fire. You keep me warm. You are my haven from the storms, and you are my fire. You keep me warm. You keep me warm. Here I stand before you, naked.
I like that line. said, make every thought a blessing.
Make every thought a blessing. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Pratiba Ben.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, thank you.